Glycerides, that's the key, are a type of fat. And it's a type of fat that is good for you because it supplies energy to your body. You know, when you need energy to live, well, your body builds energy from your blood sugar, but it also builds energy, in fact, even more energy from these particles of fat, these triglycerides. It's very similar to cholesterol in that the triglycerides are produced in your liver, but you also get them from the food you eat. The problem is, as with cholesterol, when triglyceride levels get too high, you are now at increased risk for a heart attack or a stroke. That is not cool, right? Get these two figures down. Desirable triglyceride levels should be about 150 or less, 150 milligrams or less in your blood test. What I really like are the optimal levels below 100. That's where I think your triglycerides should be. Now, we reviewed on this very program, I don't know, a year or so ago, every one of the ideal levels of all the blood chemicals, every one of them. And even then, we said that, that it's nice to have triglycerides below 150. But if you really want to be healthy, you want the levels of these fats to be below 100 milligrams in your blood. So what I want you to do after the program, go search out and find your blood chemistry. And you know by now, but I'm going to say everybody should have a copy of their blood chemistry in a folder in their house, in their apartment, so that you know where it is. Every blood test you have ever had in your entire life, there should be a copy of that in your folder. And I want you to know what your triglycerides are. Now, you probably know what your cholesterol is. Maybe by this point, you know what your HDL and LDL are. Most likely, you don't know too much about your triglycerides yet. Elevated triglycerides above 150, of 200, above those, are very much of a risk factor for heart disease. So our goal on this very program today is, number one, for you to find out what your triglyceride levels are. So go look at your blood test after the program so you don't miss anything. Remember, when you do test for triglycerides, and they generally are a part of a routine chemistry, you don't have to ask for them. They're generally done when the doctor does lipids. But you've got to make sure that your triglyceride levels are measured with you on a 12-hour fast. A very good friend of mine emailed me this morning, a 57-year-old female, emailed me this morning the results of her blood test, a good friend. And I emailed her back. I said, hey, Denise, was this blood test done on a 12-hour fast? And she said, no. I said, well, this is a reflection of your last meal. It is not a good way to tell you what your levels are. So, when you have your blood test done, make sure it's on a 12-hour fast. I think you'll know that.